Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Jamie. This will be a reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Oh, that was weird. If you don't know anything about tarot, there are some rules. These are more based off the fact that these are public readings for tons of people, so it's possible, one, that it may not resonate with your life, just discard it if it doesn't. Two, there is no gender. So if I pull a king, a queen, an emperor, an empress, it really doesn't matter. It's to describe a personality, and so you'll definitely know who we're talking about. All the information for personals is in the description below. If you'd like to become a member, all that information is in the membership tab of the channel, or you can hit the join button below. So I'm actually looking into your shadow energy. Pull all the cards and we'll jump right into the reading. Take this card for this. Okay, so before we go any further with the reading, I just want to throw this out there. I did this here because most people skip past the shuffling, which I totally understand. The spiel, I say it in every video. So this will just be like a trigger warning. This is a shadow side reading, so we are going to be talking about your negative attributes. And so these readings are never meant to hurt anyone or offend anyone. If you're easily offended or you just aren't ready for that type of information, it's perfectly okay. Just don't even watch. This is for people who are, kind of looking for some self-awareness. Okay. So, the overall energy here is the Eight of Swords. We have friends. And it says, the most unlikely friendships can form like variated lichen on hard rock. They create a tight bond. We have social isolation, passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. You're very close to achieving your goal. Give us moon. In the recent past position, we have this Knight of Pentacles energy. The challenge is death in the reverse. It's a Scorpio energy. And basically the advice is the Queen of Wands. Then we have this Threshold of Destiny card in the advice, which we'll go over later. So the Eight of Swords to me here is, the swords are mental, right? You feel limited. Like something has halted here too, because the Death card in the reverse is, like not really seeing the changes that you're looking for, not really. That's what I feel like it is here. What I kind of have here is that you have some trust issues, okay? You don't really trust people, and I feel like you've been through some things. There's a reason for this mental pattern. Now, I feel like in the recent past, you were slowly and steadily making some progress. Like you could have sort of been putting yourself out there little by little. But I don't feel like it was enough to really make you feel like you made solid progress. Like that you've done the work. Like you've been working really hard. It's just not necessarily seeing the change. But, I say limiting beliefs because this is, most people when they see social isolation, they think of somebody who's like an introvert. But that's not how introversion works. Introverts can be social. They just prefer to kind of be at home. They may want 5 friends to come in the house, They just, they don't necessarily want to go to bars or something, you know what I mean? But social isolation is, someone who's lacking a sense of belonging and does not engage with others. They have minimal contacts and they feel deficient in interpersonal relationships. So it's interesting that the advice here is the Queen of Wands. So you feel like you don't actually have the ability to connect, or you kind of feel like everyone that you meet, as you like the Knight of Pentacles, you take things real nice and slow with someone to see, kind of how they handle it, and they show you that you can't trust them. So there, I feel like, or you just feel like you can't trust people, but I feel like, this is like just an actual mental process that you consistently have here, like feeling like you don't belong or fit in, even if you were to put yourself out there, you would go hang out with some people and still feel like, maybe you just don't belong, it's not really your people's. But I feel like it really is just sort of like a self-worth thing here. You may not actually see yourself in this energy, but this is, the difference is the Queen of Wands is a very social person, but it's more about attracting the right people. It's a really positive energy, but, the Queen of Wands is a really attractive energy. It's fun, it's playful, she's passionate, she's charming. And I feel like, obviously, you embody these traits. It just feels like you are afraid to kind of just be yourself. I think that's the problem. I feel like if you have more confidence, as that is the advice, and the advice here with the Threshold of Destiny, I'm at the Threshold of Destiny daily. I make small steps toward the life of my dreams. I'm kind of feeling that for some of you too, though, where there's an inhibition here, right, to truly make friends or join social groups, it could also really limit you in other aspects of your life. Right? Say I have a business, it's going to be a lot easier for me to promote my business if I know people. Even if it's not on deep connection levels, you know, like obviously that should only be with certain people, but like in a way where I'm social enough to at least make connections on a business level. You know, being able to confidently show up, you know, and represent myself in a way that makes sense. But I think that here it's feeling like socially awkward. And again, it limits you in a whole bunch of different aspects, right? So like if you're a socially awkward person, it's going to be really hard to date. Especially if the energy that you're lacking is the Queen of Wands. If you don't feel attractive, if you don't feel, you know, like you have, you know, some type of personality to offer, you know, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of the energy here is like, you know, you feel like, you know, deficient. That's what I want to say. And it's a lie, but you know, it is what it is. Maybe if you come out of this energy of the Eight of Swords and embody this Queen of Wands energy, well, not maybe, the cards are saying, you know, you could make some friends, and you might even be surprised with who, you know, but you just have to be in this energy of attracting that, meaning like being willing to actually put in effort to socialize, to talk to people, to go out with people, to hang out with people. Because I feel like when other people are around to make you more confident, you know, that'll help. You know, if you're only with yourself all the time, and you could feel very safe like that, you know, and you could be cool. You could have like a project that's really cool. You could have like written a whole ass book all by yourself, but you know, that's cool. But there, you know, it's like, what if you wanted to sell that book? Who are you selling it to? Like, you know, you have to have some type of social life in order to be emotionally fulfilled. Now, another thing that I would see with someone like this, if this was their shadow side, so say that I did get in a relationship when I was in this energy, where I don't really have friends, would I not put all of that weight into my partner? You know, because I feel like it would also kind of do that to a relationship, right? Like if I didn't have anyone else in life, that's kind of a lot to put on one other person, you know? So I think the next step that some of you aren't seeing is that you just kind of got to put yourself out there. So here's the thing is, like, if you're socially awkward, that's actually pretty cool to some people. That's like its own unique thing. Not everybody likes, you know, people who are, you know, super confident and full of themselves, but there has to be at least enough confidence to put yourself out there and meet new people. Some of you, there's like a long-term goal that you're like kind of setting for yourself here, and maybe you were kind of a little more amped up about it at first and you took some steps, but now you're feeling limited. You know, and it's just a confidence thing. So it's like where you're looking for changes to happen in some like way where it's about feeling about yourself. You know, maybe you've been trying to work on like self-love. You know, it's part of that is definitely a lonely journey, and then the other part will be other people adoring and loving you too. You know, to affirm that. And this is not always about, like, relationships, you know, like, this is, you know, finding literally friends who support you and make you confident in who you are. You know, people like who celebrate who you are, because I think you have trouble doing that. But this month, you have to really watch how you think, because I think that it also has a behavioral pattern with it where you start to isolate and talk to people a little less. And, you know, I don't know. There's something here where you need to not be small this month, but be big. You know, take on this fire energy. Be a black cat. Just be yourself so that you attract people that are cool with that. And sometimes you're not going to, and you know what, fuck them people. But I think that these ideas of yourself are way off course. With the Eight of Swords, it's just like that this person's not really in any specific position they're choosing to be. She can get out of all of that. But I feel like, because behind all this we have this Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Cups in the reverse, Two of Cups, the Towers. Yeah, the issue is your own insecurity. I feel like some of you feel like you just can't, you don't really want to get, emotionally involved with people because people are just, chaotic. And I think that you have a tendency to be, misunderstood or something. I don't know. But there's something coming up here where you're going to really realize that, again, your own insecurities, the Queen of Cups in the reverse is somebody who, literally does not have their shit together emotionally. They just can't regulate their own emotions. Maybe that's what your issue is. Maybe you have a problem being around other people. But it's a deeply emotionally insecure person. Maybe you're just, feel like you're overly sensitive, But I feel like there will be a block to success if you can't connect with people. You're going to realize this, though. Say, since we're here, say you want to start a tarot channel. But you have to start. But you don't even know anybody. You don't have any support whatsoever, But what if you just step out on the platform and, just start finding it slowly over time, I don't know. You would have to stop being afraid of people, and trying to hide away from them. You would have to be, in the spotlight, You couldn't be small. There's a huge issue with this type of thinking now. So this is what you're going to have to work through in December. And I think that's in order to really see success in 2025. I feel like you've been on a really long, hard journey in 2024. And this is what's still missing, and that's a support system. Anyway, I hope this was helpful all season.